Starting off first with a 1945 Lincoln wheat cent. Alright, so this wheat penny here looks very normal on the reverse of the coin, but as we flip the coin over here to the obverse, you'll see there going through Lincoln's shoulder that the coin has an obverse lamination. Now you can look for laminations on all kinds of different coins. Some pretty common and not so valuable. Some can be a little more expensive depending on the condition of the coin, how large the lamination is, and things like that. Now this coin ended up selling for over $70 in this condition. It is graded by NGC at a mint state 64 red brown. Alright, moving on to a 1964 90% silver Roosevelt dime. This is the last year that they produced 90% silver dimes for circulation. So 1964 and prior, if you find any of those dimes from 1964 or before, they are silver. So they're always going to be worth more than 10 cents. But this coin here does have a mint error. As we zoom in there, you can see that die break, which we also refer to as a cud, that extra metal there on the rim of the coin. Now this coin is graded by NGC at a mint state 63, and this dime ended up selling at auction for around $75. Here's a 1964, again 90% silver coin here. This Kennedy $half coin has an obverse die cap. So pretty obvious type of mint error. It will not have a reverse design as a result. And this coin, graded by PCGS at a mint state 64, ended up selling for over $2,700 at auction. $2,700 for 50 cents. Now here's a 1967 Washington quarter that was struck 15% off center. You can look for off centers on all kinds of different coins, modern coins, pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, all the different coins that you can think of. However, you know, some can be less off center than this. Some could be 5% off center. Some could be, you know, 90% off center. This one here is at 15% off center. And this quarter ended up selling at auction for around $90. So nearly a $100 quarter there. Here's another off center, a much more off center, 60%, graded by PCGS. This Washington quarter from 1968 ended up selling for over $225 at auction. And then here's a 1970, getting a little more modern here as we go, 1970 Washington quarter that was also struck off center. And this coin is graded by Annex at an AU 58, so a lot lower grade than the previous quarters there. And this quarter ended up selling for over $115. Here is a 1976 Eisenhower dollar coin. Looks very normal here on the front. You know, you probably wouldn't think much if you've seen this coin. It's all nicked up and scratched up. However, if we turn the coin over, you'll see it has a mirrored image of the obverse design, and that's because it has a reverse mirror brockage. And the coin was also struck 5% off center, which you can see there around the rim of the coin. Now this coin, graded by NGC, ended up selling for over $13,000. 13 grand. Here's a 1978 Washington quarter that was struck onto a 5-cent planchet, so a Jefferson Nickel planchet. It is graded by NGC at a mint state 65, and this coin ended up selling for over $260. Here's a 1983, not so valuable coin here, but it's, you know, a modern mint error coin. It has been broad struck and graded by Annex at a mint state 65. You'll see that broad strike there around the rim of the coin, of course. This nickel ended up selling for around $35, so not really making a huge profit on something like that. Now, same thing with this coin, not a huge profit. It does have those plating bubbles on it, so for anyone that finds these with the bubbles, you know, it's just the plating bubbles. Not really too valuable. The coin sold for $30 at a mint state 63 red grade. It is from 1989. Here is a 2006 Roosevelt dime that was struck onto an elliptical planchet. Of course, you can see that very visibly in the images displayed. It is graded by NGC at a mint state 64, and this coin ended up selling for around $70 at auction. Now here is a no-dated Roosevelt dime. Looks very normal here on one side of the coin. As we flip the coin over, again, we'll see that it has a brockage error taking place. It is graded by Annex at a mint state 62, and this coin ended up selling for $240. Here's another no-dated coin. This is the Jefferson Nickel. The reason that this coin does not have a date, or you cannot see the date, is because it has a cud. So you'll see that die break there on the rim of the coin going over the date of the Jefferson Nickel. It is graded by Annex at an AU58, and this coin ended up selling for a little over $100. Here is another no-dated Roosevelt Dime. Again, looks very normal on the reverse, but here on the obverse, you'll see that it was struck through a capped die. Now, you could look for those on other coins as well. Pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. Capped die errors, of course, can take place on all kinds of different coins. This coin also has a blockage, and the coin ended up selling for around $75 at auction, graded at an AU58. Now here's a no-dated Jefferson Nickel that is graded by PCGS at a mint state 63. This coin sold for around $240 at auction because the Jefferson Nickel design was struck onto a 10-cent planchet. So always pay attention to your coins. You never know what you can find out there in coin rolls from the bank, or sometimes even in your pocket change. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.